The most recent RealClearPolitics poll average between Trump and Biden has them almost at a tie, with Trump at 44.6 and 44.2. Let me repeat that again. Right now, Biden and Trump are almost tied at 44.6 to 44.2. So, Biden, where are we sitting at right now? Highest inflation in decades. Completely open border. There's actually an invasion at the border. Wars are popping up all over the world. Interest rates are the highest they've been since what, the late 80s? Sexualizing children in all the schools about transgenderism, sex, I mean, as young as kindergarten in a lot of these super blue cities. The guy is definitely not cognitively there. I mean, so I'm no professional at this. I'm not a doctor, because I know there's so many people out there like, oh, you're not a professional in this whatsoever. My wife and I actually owned a memory care assisted living, taking care of dementia patients. Now, I'm not a nurse. My wife is a nurse who specializes in seniors. Every single time that she sees this guy talk, she says, how do people not see this? This guy is cognitively not there. He never knows where he's going. He's consistently misspeaking. When you are on a world stage talking about Israel and who they're attacking, the last thing you need to do is misspeak when you have such tension between Israel and Gaza, Israel and Iran.
And I made it clear to Israelis, don't move on Haifa. It's just not, I mean, anyway, I just, look what we did recently when Israel was attacked.
This guy is not there. But again, the RealClearPolitics poll average is 44.6 to 44.2. I don't understand it. For those of you who are watching this and you are like gung-ho to vote for Biden come this November, why? What do you have any idea what you are voting for? I usually, in my videos, I like to provide substance, articles, talk about what's going on. But this one is a straight up rant video. I do not understand how it could be that close when every single American, okay, so maybe not the super wealthy ones, because there's a lot of CEOs out there. As long as you are dedicated to, the whole climate, DEI and stuff, I mean, they're doing pretty damn good, right? But majority of Americans, I'm talking like even middle class, you are not doing better under this president. The world is way more unstable under this president, and what in your right mind would make you think that you would want to vote for more of this? And so I've also seen like these rhinos out there who are huge on, Nikki Haley and all stuff, and I'm never going to vote for Trump. This is why I do not make the situation about a person in general. It's about who's going to put forward the principles, because it's for the future of our kids. It's for the future beyond that person. It's not just about that person. So Trump sends out mean tweets. Fine, whatever. You don't like how he talks. All these cases about, how he treats women and stuff. That's okay. I could see why you would not like that guy. But if you have kids, if you have family, seeing what they would go through with another 4 years of Biden, with inflation, with all the world wars happening, do you really think that's the best person to pick? It's an honest question. Because the only rebuttal that I see to why not to vote for Trump is everyone says how mean he is, how, he's just such a loser because all the courts going after him, he's a criminal. It is not hard to see that all these cases are a coordinated effort for election interference. But you know what? Maybe we deserve this. Maybe America deserves another 4 years to Biden to realize how inept that we really are. Our population is dumb enough to sit here and consistently listen to the mainstream media over and over again with their blatant lies. And Dan Bongino says this quite a bit, and I love it, where they don't tell the story, they tell a story to manipulate you into thinking Trump bad, Biden good. Biden, it's not Biden's fault. This is Trump's fault, even though Biden's been in office 3.5 years. Maybe they read these horrible articles from places like Vice or NPR. NPR, they don't give a shit. They are perfectly fine with knowing that they're progressives, that their audience is a liberal audience, even though they are funded by taxpayers. We need to remove our taxpayer dollars from that. That is seriously propped right there. That is a government-funded, agenda-driven media company that is only showing one side and one side only. Real quick, guys, I will get back into this conversation, but first things first, if you do love this content or if you do want to follow along, kind of see what I ramble about in any future events to come, do me a huge favor and hit that subscribe button. Maybe give me a thumbs up, notification bell. That way you're notified every single time that I put out a new video. Let's get back to this topic right now. Maybe we have been manipulated that much by all the mainstream media, by these large tech companies, because Google does a pretty damn good job to making sure that a story is told, but not the story. They're pushing the right stories out there so people are like, oh, okay, yeah, that's why inflation is so high. It's not Biden's fault whatsoever. So what is it going to take for you to wake up? I have two great stories, family members didn't happen, all this stuff. So when the whole COVID thing went down, we had a great family member who, she was very far left. And so it's like majority of the time, I didn't want to talk to her because I feel like it got really tense. Something that you really want to bring up at the next Thanksgiving dinner, right? You don't want to create that tension. COVID happened and she started digging in a little bit deeper. And before you know it, she moved from the far left to, I'd say she's further right than I am right now. And we were all taking a family vacation down in Mexico, and I was like, what is it? What is it that made you guys go from here all the way over to here? And they said, we realized we are being lied to. And I'm not saying that there's people on the right who don't lie as well too. I'm sure there is, but the left has an agenda-driven media where that is all that they do. Have you ever seen that video where they got them all, the conglomerate of all the different videos on one topic? I don't remember what the topic was about, but they're all seriously in sync, like verbatim, what they are all saying.
Hi, I'm Fox San Antonio's Jessica Headley.
And I'm Ryan Wolf.
Our greatest responsibility is to serve our
Treasure Valley communities,
the El Paso, Las Cruces communities,
Eastern Iowa communities,
Mid-Michigan communities.
We are extremely proud of the quality, balanced journalism that CBS 4 News produces.
But
We are concerned about trouble and irresponsible, one-sided news stories plaguing our country.
The sharing of biased and false news has become all too common on social media. More alarming, some media outlets publish these same fake stories without checking facts first.
The sharing of biased and
false news has become all too common on social media.
More alarming, some media outlets publish these same fake stories without checking facts first.
Unfortunately, some members of the media use their platforms to push their own personal bias and agenda to control exactly what people think. And this is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
That is the media. They are there to drive an agenda to manipulate the American people. I also have another relative where she's definitely voting for Biden come this November, but she will not stop complaining about gas prices. She will not stop complaining about food prices. And I mean, I don't have to say much. I said, well, I mean, you did vote for Biden. He's like, oh, it's not his fault. The news last night was saying this and that. And a lot of this is because of Putin and, all this stuff. And he just can't do anything about that. This is because all the stuff that's happening in the world. And there are people who believe that. So they sit there and say, local news, they don't lie. They just tell you the story. No, they tell you a story, not the story, because they are just in line with the mainstream media, making sure they get that agenda-driven manipulations out there. So you could sit here and you could take this video and be like, this guy's an idiot. He's one of those conspiracy theorists and all that stuff, whatever, fine. All I'm saying is I like to look at something I like to stand back from a worldview. Inflation is the highest it's been in decades. We have an invasion at the border. Wars are popping up all over the world. After you consider all those things, were you better off under Trump than you are under Biden? Thank you so much for watching, guys. I do ask that you follow along, and I'll catch you on the next one.